Good afternoon and thanks for joining us right here on Midday Kentucky, the day after the election. Cicely, back in with me today. How are you, darling?
Very good,
How are
thank
you
you.
feeling after last night?
I'm tired.
You're tired?
I don't stay up that late, Troy.
Oh, really?
No.
Well, I'm a bit of a night owl, so I like to stay up because, as you know, I get up early, I have the long bath, I wake up gently. It's not a rush. I don't have kids. I'm not like you, boo.
7:30, lights out at my
Oh,
house.
really? Well, okay, so here's the thing. I think there was the announcement that came on at about 10:15 last night. So I watched it up until then, and you know I'm a reality show freak.
Yes.
So I had to flip the channel over to Bravo and started watching Flipping Out with my good mate Jeff Lewis. But then I had to go back at 11:15 just to see what was going on.
Right.
But, you know, it is what it is. Okay, let's jump into the show, everyone. Election day was yesterday, as we all just said, and we hope you went out and voted. Well, we just wanted to touch on three of the race people that everyone had their eyes on. Congratulations to incumbent Andy Barr for winning the congressional seat. It was tight. It was a tight race between him and, of course, Amy McGrath. Now, last night she did come out running, everyone, but it just slowed up as the night went on. For the mayoral race, former police chief Ronnie Baston conceded to former Vice Mayor Linda Gorton, so congratulations to her. And the other race that definitely had the attention of the state, if not the nation, was the race for Rowan County Clerk. Kim Davis made headlines after she refused to give a same-sex couple a marriage license in 2015. The people have spoken, and they seem to want someone with a more open mind, because guess what? She was not re-elected. Also yesterday on the show we talked about Marcy's Law, which expands the rights of victims of crime. Well, it passed as well. What do you think about Marcy's Law? We're glad that happened.
For me, I'm torn.
Really?
I am.
Okay.
Because I think that there's some things that were misconstrued.
Well, I was told after we did the interview, so there were some other things that were added in at the last minute.
Right.
And you needed to actually read the whole, will I say bill? Am I saying the right wording there for the passing of it?
Yes.
It was interesting to see. I asked some people out in the streets what they thought. Look, the conversation I was having was 50-50, but, you know, it got a big vote.
It did.
So people wanted to see rights for victims as well.
It did.
Rowan County.
Kim Davis.
Was there ever going to be a win for her, really?
Personally, I don't think so.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that they're seeking someone more open-minded.
I agree too. Good for everyone.
Good for everyone.
All right, we need to move on. That's enough politics, everyone. All righty, this is a video I just had to show you all. Take a look. An alpaca climbs into a car with what we believe is its owner and her child. Now, this happened in Peru, of course, and alpacas can actually be domesticated.
Like dogs.
Right? Are you looking at this?
I am.
Okay, but who knows? The woman might have said, I'll pick up car. No?
Alpaca car.
Yeah, did that not work? Did I land the joke? I didn't land it, did I?
Alpaca car.
Yeah.
I guess alpacas are like dogs there.
Well, they do spit on you like a camel. We had some alpacas on the farm. What do you think? Is it just not the cutest?
They need a bigger van, for sure.
No, it's a taxi, boo.
Oh, it is a taxi.
It's a taxi. She's got the alpaca in the back of the taxi.
Let's go to the grocery.
Yeah, I love it.
Not
All
with
right.
the alpaca.
Tell us what you think. We'll put that story up on our Facebook page, everyone. And I'm sorry, my producer's, you know, not happy with me in my ear because she wrote the landed joke, and I didn't get it. I'm sorry, Hannah. I just didn't land it. I'm not Ellen. Yeah, she's forgiven me, good. Alrighty, everyone. If that didn't put a smile on your face, well, this will. I loved this video. Well, it went viral. It shows a toddler wandering around with his parents at a festival in Atlanta over the weekend. He then starts giving hugs to strangers. And as of this morning, the video has over 225,000 reactions on Facebook alone and over 660,000 shares. On ABC World News last night, David Muir said he believes it's had almost 10 million views on YouTube, I believe it is. Here's the thing. One of the questions I wanted to ask you, darling, is would you allow your son to walk around a park like this and hand out hugs?
I would not. No.
Even if you had just said, look, but it's so cute.
It is adorable. However, we teach our children stranger danger and the whole consent thing.
I would cuddle that kid till the cows came home.
You would, but you have to think about other people. Some
Look.
people don't like their space invaded.
Oh, actually, you're probably right with that. Well, you think the adults might be not
Some.
wanting a hug?
Some, but
Look.
then you see
Oh, he's so cute.
there might be a
I was
creepy
hoping
guy
that he'd
in
pull on the
crowd.
guy's beard. Look, oh no,
He
see?
wants him to.
He was
He wants
wanting
him
him to. I think it's the cutest thing you've ever seen.
No, not
I
for
love
me.
It.
It is
Alrighty.
adorable for.
It's too cute, everyone. Go up onto our Facebook page. We'll put it there. Share it and bring joy to your day. Alrighty. Now, you're a mum.
I am a mom.
How many kids do you have again?
I have 2.
2 kids. How old?
Little girls, 7 and 4.
Okay, well, this story, I want to get your opinion because there's a lot of conversation going on out there. Did you spank your child? The American Academy of Pediatrics has discharged the form of, discouraged that form of punishment. But recently, they're taking a stronger stance. The organisation says they believe all forms of corporal punishment and yell at your shaming children are minimally effective in the short term and not effective in the long term. Several studies have linked spanking to aggressive behaviour, and experts are encouraging parents to instead use positive reinforcement of appropriate behaviours, setting limits and setting expectations for children. There's been a mix of responses to this, and most of them seemed negative towards the update. All right, just let me read this to you, everyone. One person tweeted, "Dear American Academy of Pediatrics, I grew up in the South, raised by a Native American Mema, M-A-M-A-W. Okay. If there was one thing I feared, it was the switch. The result, I've never smoked or took a drug in my life. I respect the law and elders, and I've raised my kids to do the same." Okay. Go on, my dear. What were you going to say?
The next one, this is more me, because
Okay,
I can
what is
hear
it?
my mom say,
Tell
and
us
I
what it
quote,
is.
I quote, and this is from the American Academy of Pediatrics.
Ain't carry you for 9
The American
months.
Academy of Pediatrics ain't carry you for 9 months. I can hear my mama saying that.
I was
That's
waiting. I'm
ju-
like,
that's just me.
Is that such a big deal? But now I get, because she's saying it with a bit
She's
of
saying,
attitude.
yes.
Okay, I got you.
They're not going to tell you how to tell me how to raise my children.
All right, how do you feel about this?
I was spanked.
Yeah.
Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. My father only had to look at me.
you
And
knew.
I knew I was shamed. I would cry. But I spanked my children. Taking things away just doesn't seem to work for them. So I guess it's each individual home.
And here's the thing. What's the difference between spanking and being abusive?
There is a thin line.
There's a limit.
There is a limit there.
Yeah. And what is that?
Bruises, marks.
Yeah.
You know, there's a fine line. And like I said, each individual home, it's different.
Well, I just remember, I grew up in an abusive home, and everyone knows about that. I talk about it quite a bit on the show. And I just remember my mother dropping me off at the police station one day and literally threw me out of the car and said, "They'll bring you home when you're ready." That was just as excruciating for me as it was being physically hit.
So that was effective for you.
It was mentally effective. But I also remember being in the supermarkets. I don't know about you at home, but when your mother comes up to you and grabs you, pulls you aside, and then pinches you on the arm as if to say, "You shut up right now." But she didn't have to say anything, but you could feel that pinch
Or
happening.
wait till we get into the car.
I don't think she ever waited till she was a bit of a boozer, as you all know, so she didn't care who was around. But the thing is, here's the thing. I don't think you should raise your hand to your children. I think you need to work out some form of discipline that works for you and your child.
Right.
Because I think you're right.
Each
Cicely.
child is different. Each home is different.
Cicely, I don't think taking the iPad away anymore, or no telephone for a week. I remember when I was caught smoking. I was 12, and my father said, "That's it. you're not going to be riding the horses. I was like, oh, thank God.
I didn't want to ride the horse
I didn't have to get
anyways.
up at 3 a.m. for a whole week. You know, that wasn't a form of punishment.
Right.
He never touched me. My mother was the one because she had issues. And my sister said, I don't know why you're trying to punish him like that, Dad. We're happy he doesn't have to ride.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, but where do we step to? What is right and what is wrong? It's everyone's opinion.
Everyone's own opinion. What works in my house might not work in your house.
Yeah.
So, and we have this conversation amongst my friends all the time because I am the disciplinarian.
Do timeout chairs work?
Timeout chairs do not work in my house.
Okay.
I'll sit in the corner and pout. You take
It's
away my...
you.
Yes.
Are you sitting in the corner or the kids?
The kids. But take away the TV, then I'll go pick on my sister in order to get in trouble again.
Okay. So it's just a roller coaster.
It's a roller coaster, and what works for you might not work for me.
Oh, okay. I'll come to your house.
You'll get a spanking too.
Tell us what you think. We put this story up on our Facebook page. Alrighty, if you're reaching for another source of caffeine, okay, this is what really annoys me about this story. There's so many new things coming out. New research says you should not reach for Rhonda, we're going to move along for me, my friend, a new energy drink. That's because experts say consuming just one energy drink may increase your risk of a heart attack and stroke in just 90 minutes. Researchers explain the drink's narrow blood vessels and that restricts blood flow to vital organs. Scientists did this study on 44 students, everyone, and that were in the 20s and classified as healthy. All right. The team observed that when they drank an energy drink and 90 minutes later, an ultrasound revealed that on the average, the internal diameter of blood vessels had been cut nearly in half. All right, guys, here's the thing. In April 27, there was a study that basically went on and said that 32 ounces of energy drinks can cause dangerous arrhythmia and heart conditions. Look, here's the thing. The down energy drinks are bad for you, people.
Yes, I don't like them.
Look, I know we used to, you know, in the day be partying at the nightclubs having Red Bull and vodka.
Right.
Okay? Because you wanted to stay up that little bit extra. But I have some friends that they drink these for breakfast.
Yes, or all day long, and that's your pep.
What would you do if you see your kids taking these?
My children don't drink caffeine, so.
Wait, but they don't know it's caffeine, Cicely.
They
do.
Oh,
they do?
They do know it's caffeine.
Oh.
L8 is big in my home, but they're not allowed to have it.
Okay.
So energy drinks would be totally different, I think. But I think as they get older and have that free will agent choice.
Do you know what they're drinking? Do you give them pocket money and they buy it when you're not around, maybe?
No, they're 7 and 4.
Oh.
It's what Mama gives you.
I got you. All righty, everyone. Midday Kentucky. We'll be right back. See you in a minute.